Flaps 2 set.
We're looking for flaps 10, Christy.
For the 2481 ground,
Flaps 10
give way to the
set.
opposite direction, Embraer, and then continue on Echo short of Victor.
After the outbound Embraer on Echo short.
Flaps
Victor,
10 set. Green light.
2481, are you
Detent.
just working an issue?
Affirm, yeah, we had a light trip. As we started.
Ground equipment.
Okay, just let me
Ground
know your
equipment
intentions
is
when you know.
clear.
We'll go.
Ground equipment has been removed.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will shortly be dimming the cabin lights for takeoff and once again for landing.
Before taxi
If you wish
checklist
to, and if you are
completed.
able to read, or if you are afraid of the dark, a reading light can be found in the panel above you.
Pensacola ground, NATO 4 tree, request taxi, runway 20.
NATO 4-3 taxi
Flaps
to
2
runway
set.
25 right via taxiways Foxtrot, Alpha, hold short runway 25 right.
Taxi to runway 25
Cabin
right
crew,
via
please take your seats
taxiways
for takeoff.
Foxtrot, Alpha, hold short runway
Flaps
25
10
right
set.
NATO 43. Flaps 2 set. Taxi lights on. $60 knots.
Now, I know we're going to have problems with this before takeoff checklist, but I'm going to try it.
Before takeoff checklist. Flaps.
Flaps 2.
Flaps is not set for takeoff position.
Victor for Echo 20, or actually we're going to ramp number, what is it now, 6.
Before takeoff checklist is not
They'll
completed.
take you through for 6.
Alright, thanks.
Flaps 10 set. Before takeoff checklist. Flaps.
Flaps 10.
Flaps 10 set. Green light. Detent. Stabilizer trim.
Now here's what you're not going to like. I don't have a stabilizer
Is not
trim
set
setting.
for takeoff
No,
position.
It's not. We don't have a stabilizer trim position. Yeah, that's
Before
our problem.
takeoff checklist is not completed.
Yeah, well, that's our problem. We don't have a center of gravity, so we don't have a stabilizer trim position. I'm sorry. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. Just one last attempt to make you happy. I'm going to go into configuration, customize, and I'm going to go to weight and balance, and I'm going to move our center of gravity a little bit. And maybe that will help you. Nope, it is not. Okay, we're going to have to do without. Are we at 2.5? 2.5. We are not at 2.5. We need to be at 2.5.
Ground up 1916, 2 north, Tango.
Still 1916 ground, or 8 right, turn right on Foxtrot at ramp 3, join Echo.
8 right. Right on Fox at 3 over to Echo, Delta 1916.
These runways don't have runway markings
Flaps
on them.
2 set.
Thank you. So this is the cargo and heavy area, and to our distant right would be the area for the fighter planes. And then right here next to this parking lot would be for the VIPs, the little Learjets, smaller aircraft.
Delta 533 at ramp 3, follow a 757, will join in front of you.
At ramp 3, follow the 757, Delta 533.
Little flagpole, operations building. You know, as part of a, I mean, it is payware aircraft in the fact that this whole region is payware, but for this particular small airport to be given a little attention to detail is a nice sight. Here we do have a couple of KC-135 tankers. Although I believe they're Air Force aircraft. I'm not sure what fully they're doing on a Navy base. But even Air Force planes need refueling. Looks like there's an F-4 Phantom parked back there. That certainly could be a Navy airplane. It also could be Air Force. Well, strangely,
ground Delta 1427, also 1 North Tango.
So the 1427 ground runway 8 right after the RJ. Turn right on Foxtrot, and at ramp 3, join Echo.
Give way to the RJ outbound, right on front, and transit to Echo at ramp 3, Delta 1427 to 8 right.
NATO 4-3 contact tower on 120.7, have a good morning.
Tower on 120.7 NATO 4-3.
landing lights on, runway turnoff lights on, taxi light on, APU off. Certainly don't need the APU anymore. Strobes on. Hydraulics on. How'd you miss that, Christy? Dual bleed off. Isolation valve to auto. Packs are on. Yaw damper is on. And we're looking really good upstairs. Flight director's on. Auto throttle armed. Heading 250. Initial altitude is 4,000 feet. V2 is dialed in. Flaps to 10. Rejected takeoff.
Flaps 10 set.
Air Canada 414 tower, line up runway 23.
Left 23 or Canada 414.
Start the clock. Pensacola Tower, NATO 4 tree, ready for departure, runway 25 right.
NATO 4-3 winds are 151 at 8 knots, cleared for takeoff. Runway 25 right, maintain runway heading until above 1000 feet, then turn right heading 063 to intercept calls.
Cleared for takeoff. Stabilize. Runway 25 right. Maintain runway heading until above 1,000 feet. Then right to 063 NATO 43.
We're doing a toga takeoff. No one here in the Pensacola area expects jets to be quiet. We can be as loud as we want. Throttle up.
Takeoff thrust set. Flaps 2 set.
80 knots.
80 knots. Throttle hold. V1.
V1.
Rotate.
Positive rate.
Gear up.
Approaching transition.
Gear
Positive
up.
rate.
Canada 413, contact ground 1.9.
Ground 1.9, Air Canada 413.
Flaps up.
TARA mode set. Flaps 1 set. Transition level. Flaps up set.
$400.
Autopilot on.
Climb and maintain 2,000 feet. Taxi lights off.
NATO code 3 contact Pensacola departure on 120.65. Have a nice day.
Departure on 120.65 NATO 43. Departure NATO 43 climbing to 12,000 feet.
NATO 43, good morning. Radar contact.
We'll get ourselves cranked around to our course, and then we'll engage the autopilot.
Orange channel 528, turn left heading 220, please maintain 1,800.
Left 220, maintain 1,800 on runway.
NATO 43, climb and maintain flight level 200.
Climb and maintain flight level 200 NATO 43.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've now passed the altitude of 10,000 feet. All electronic devices may now be switched off from airplane mode. This aircraft is equipped with Wi-Fi. Please see your flight attendant for more information. Thank you.
Your business and loyalty are greatly appreciated by the entire Naval family. For your safety,
バリア900、ターンライトヘディング0、インストラメンテン4だ。So 260 descend on maintain 4000, Bali 900.
Autopilot is engaged.
After takeoff checklist. Engine bleeds.
Engine bleeds are off.
On.
On.
Packs.
Packs are on.
Auto. Landing gear.
Landing gear is up and off. Landing gear is up and off.
NATO 4
Approaching transition.
Flight level 280.
Climb and maintain flight level 280 NATO 43.
Transition altitude coming up.
Transition altitude.
On to standard pressure.
Approach TCA 301, descent 11,000 feet by Comet. We have India.
TCA 301, approach runway 16.
Runway 16 left to TCA 301.
I think Christie has given up on the checklist. Now this is certainly not the default. This is Florida Orbeck scenery. It's certainly not the default scenery.
NATO 43 contact Jacksonville Center on 120.2.
1000 to level off.
Enjoy your morning.
There's an interesting
Center
structure
on
right below us.
120.2. Take care NATO 43.
That's very interesting. The structure, right? I have no idea what that structure is, but it's very interesting.
Center NATO 43 climbing to flight level 280.
NATO 43 good morning. Radar contact. NATO 43 expect the ILS approach to runway 28 with the MGM-1 transition at Montgomery REGL cleared direct to inboard thence direct Montgomery.
Expect the ILS approach to runway 28 with the MGM-1 transition cleared direct in, then direct Montgomery NATO 43.
NATO 43 climb and maintain flight level 280.
Climb and maintain flight level 280 NATO 43.
KLM 26 Mike, increase, maintain speed 0 knots to the side.
We need a radio frequency of 108.5 and a course of 277 for our landing. 108.5 and 277.
NATO 43 climb and maintain flight level 340.
Climb and maintain flight level 340 NATO 43.
Cathay 271 descent level 200 and speed 250.
Descent level 200 and speed 250 on Cathay 271.
Cathay 271 fly heading 220.
Heading 220, Cathay 271.
NATO 43 climb and maintain flight level 270 descent and maintain flight level 210.
Climb and maintain flight level 270 descent and maintain flight level 210 NATO 43.
NATO 43 maintain flight level 210.
Thousand to level off.
1,000 to go.
Kill 45 descent level 100.
Descent level 100, kill 42.
NATO 43 altimeter 3017 at Montgomery REGL descent and maintain 15,000 feet.
Altimeter 3017 descent and maintain 15,000 feet NATO 43.
NATO 43 read back correct.
On the altimeter. (3017). looks like when we get to MGM, we're going to make a turn eastbound, almost 90 degrees, and then we'll do a procedure turn back westbound to land on heading 270, or 280 rather.
Three cleared for the ILS approach to runway 28 with the MGM